Tottenham 1, Arsenal 2. Just a recap on Sunday's game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where Arsenal ran out 4-1 winners. Comfortable win in the end. And yeah, it was to be honest, it was light work for Arsenal. Tottenham didn't really offer much. In the first half, it was all Arsenal for the first, I'd say, 20 minutes. And then Tottenham slowly got into the game. But you could see the writing was on the wall. Arsenal were going to win this game. And they needed to. They had to win this game. As much as both teams needed to win for different reasons, Arsenal had to win. If they got any ambitions of winning the Premier League title and keeping City at bay, they knew they had to beat Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and that's what they did, and they did it very comfortably. And you gotta say Eberici Eze loves playing Tottenham, because this guy scored a hat-trick earlier in the season, and then again comes up and scores another 2 goals. That was one of his best games this season. He was everywhere. His passing was good. His link-up play. He wasn't rushing around like everyone says he's too slow. He plays at the right pace he needs to at the time, and he was finding the right balls, and everything was a good game from Eze. So I liked what I saw, and I'm hoping that he could start the next game. And I think if you give Eze a little run of games, you'll see more games like the game against Tottenham that we watched on Sunday. But I was impressed by him. It was a good game. But yeah. To be honest, most of the team played good. I ain't going to say the whole team, because there was a few people that I was a little concerned about. One, Declan Rice, which it's not normal for Rice, because he's usually the standout player. But I suppose every player has a bad day. So you can't really get onto him too much, because he's usually straight 8s. That's the standard for Declan Rice, a straight 8, sometimes 9 and 10. So he was a bit shaky, if I'm being honest. It wasn't his best game, but he made amends for it, I suppose, because after the mess up, he was on top of everything, really. Actually, there was another little mess up he done, and they could have scored again, but I'm sure they got a corner from it. But it happens. He wasn't on form yesterday, and that's how it goes. Even Timber's one of my favourite players. He's for the last few weeks, Timber's been shaky. So I don't know what's going on, but it's not the Timber we know. But he did if I remember, lay on he done an assist for Gyökeres for I think it was the first goal. But either way, yeah, Timber is another one. Didn't have a good game. Trossard is another one. I would have pulled him. I think it was terrible from Trossard. In my opinion, I wasn't impressed with him at all. I didn't see nothing worth keeping him on. I would have took him off a long time. But it happens. It's not every week you're going to play at the highest level, and we're rotating. We're in 4 competitions. So, I suppose at this stage, 10 games left in the season, fatigue starting to kick in, and it's going to happen. Saka's obviously coming back from minor injuries, and I think he had a good game yesterday. I thought Saka played really well. He was desperate to score, should have scored, and yeah, I guess he just likes playing against Tottenham. It's just one of the teams, but other than that, I thought the whole team played really good. I was impressed with Mosquera, Hincapié. Yeah, a very impressive Hincapié, and obviously the striker Gyökeres. I think this was one of his best games. He just looked sharp, and the goals that he scored, they weren't like the scruffy little tap-ins like 2 yards. It was 2 clinical goals from Gyökeres, and I hope that lifts his confidence and helps the team moving forward for the run-in for the last 10 games of the season. And we're going to need him firing, because City are breathing down our necks. We've got the 5-point lead, but in reality it's really 2, because they're going to more than likely win their game in hand. So we can't afford to slip up. But I think personally we're going to drop a couple more points here and there. I hope we don't, but I believe City will as well, because they still look leaky at the back. They're not this perfectly oiled machine that everyone talks like they're just so perfect and they're invincible. City, they still look shaky. Yeah, they've improved. They're on a little bit of a run, but I personally think Newcastle could have got something out of that game. Do you know what I mean? And I'm hoping they would have, but they could have. And that goal that was disallowed, I don't know, man. It is what it is anyway. But they're breathing down our necks, and we just got to keep doing what we're doing. As long as we do what we need to do and win our remaining games, we win the league. So we can't really focus on them, and we just have to handle business from now on in. 10 games, that's it, 10 games. And these are 10 winnable games. These ain't, I mean, we've got Chelsea, on Sunday coming. That's going to be interesting. But we've beaten them twice already. I can't see why we can't do it again. Chelsea, and they're a inconsistent team. They're up and down, and I'm sure they lost or drew Saturday just gone with, was it Burnley or someone? But either way, we've got the beating of Chelsea, so I believe it's in our hands. So it's totally up to us, and we've got the squad, the players to do it. We're in the best position we've been in years. So if we can't do it now, I don't know when it's going to happen. So I'm just hoping. And plus we got City next month in the Carling Cup final, so we're gonna see City quite a few times, and I reckon we'll beat them in that game. I just got the feeling that we're going to do that, and if we win that game, that will set us up for the Premier League title. So, you know, fingers crossed that we get that cup under the belt, and then we get the Premier League title over the line. Hit the like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on another video.